Mercury. You step onto Mercury and instantly feel nothing for a moment. The sun is shining down at temperatures hotter than an oven, around 430 degrees Celsius during the day. Your skin would sizzle like bacon, but turn around and you'd freeze solid on the night side, where temperatures drop to minus 180 degrees Celsius. Your body would either be roasted or frozen in the most brutal game of hot and cold ever, but you'd already be dead from the lack of oxygen long before you could complain. The planet's paper-thin atmosphere wouldn't give you a single breath. The irony? You could survive a few minutes longer by standing at the Terminator line, the thin strip between day and night, but you'd still suffocate in total silence. With no magnetic field to protect you from solar radiation, your corpse would be bombarded by cosmic rays, cooking your insides long after you're gone. There's no escape from the extreme temperatures, and with the sun's radiation constantly assaulting your body, you'd be reduced to a carbonized shell, trapped in a planet where even light can't help you. Venus. You step onto Venus, and instantly your lungs are crushed. The atmosphere is 90 times thicker than Earth's, like being a kilometer underwater. You try to take a breath, but the air is pure carbon dioxide. The heat melts your flesh at 475 degrees Celsius, hotter than the surface of Mercury. If you're lucky, you'd suffocate before the acid rain starts dissolving your corpse. The rain never even reaches the ground. It evaporates before it gets there. Instead, you'd slowly cook inside the planet's toxic atmosphere, your body dissolving under the weight of the crushing pressure. The winds on Venus can reach 360 kilometers per hour, shredding your half-melted body while sulfuric acid clouds strip the flesh from your bones. Venus isn't just death, it's a slow, agonizing punishment. The planet's unrelenting volcanic activity would be the cherry on top eruptions that shoot lava thousands of kilometers into the air. But for you, all of this is merely the backdrop for a much more brutal fate. A suffocating, boiling death under an atmosphere that turns your body into a puddle of melted flesh. Mars. You step onto Mars, and instantly your saliva boils in your mouth. The atmosphere is so thin, it's like standing at 35 kilometers above Earth's surface. There's almost no oxygen, just 0.1% of what you'd need to survive. You'd suffocate in less than a minute. The average temperature? A crisp minus 60 degrees Celsius. Your blood would start to bubble, your skin would freeze, and if you're not dead in 90 seconds, you'd fall victim to Mars' bone-crushing dust storms. They last for months, turning the whole planet into a red, choking nightmare. The dust full of toxic iron oxide particles would invade your lungs and destroy your respiratory system. The worst part? Your corpse would stay perfectly preserved for centuries, frozen in time on the barren wasteland. Radiation from the sun would slowly mutate your DNA, leaving behind a mummified, cancer-ridden husk, a monument to human stupidity. And while Mars' moon Phobos hovers above, it won't save you. The planet itself is a reminder that survival here is impossible. Your frozen body would be encased in a tomb of ice, a forgotten relic in a desolate, lifeless land. Jupiter. You step onto Jupiter, except you don't. There is no surface, well, just clouds of hydrogen and helium. You'd fall and fall and fall. The gravity is 2.5 times stronger than Earth's, squeezing your organs like a vice. The deeper you go, the hotter it gets, reaching temperatures of 1,000 degrees Celsius. Eventually, the pressure would crush your bones into dust, but before that happens, ammonia storms would strip the flesh from your bones, leaving you nothing but a skeleton falling endlessly into the gas giant's depths. No one knows what's at the center of Jupiter, but if you ever found out, you'd be nothing more than cosmic pulp. You wouldn't experience a death in the traditional sense. You would simply cease to exist. Ripped apart by the immense pressure and heat, your body turned to vapor long before you reach the planet's core. Jupiter doesn't kill you, it swallows you whole. Saturn, you step onto Saturn, and it's the same nightmare. No solid ground, just a slow-motion death plunge through thick, poisonous clouds. Ammonia, methane, hydrogen. The perfect cocktail to suffocate you while your body is crushed by gravity. And if the pressure doesn't kill you, the lightning storms will. Saturn's storms can last for decades, with lightning bolts 10,000 times stronger than anything on Earth. You'd be electrocuted, shredded, and crushed all at once. Your body reduced to scattered atoms before you ever reach the core. And if by some miracle you survived the fall, Saturn's magnetic field would fry your nervous system like an insect in a bug zapper. The whole experience would be over before you even had a chance to scream, reduced to nothing more than energy dispersed throughout Saturn's deadly atmosphere. The endless, storm-ridden chaos of Saturn's atmosphere would strip away your body and soul, leaving only an echo in the planetary void. Uranus. You step onto Uranus and instantly regret every life decision you've ever made. The freezing atmosphere is minus 224 degrees Celsius, the coldest in the solar system. The air is a toxic blend of hydrogen, helium, and methane. You'd suffocate, freeze, and if you're still alive by some miracle, The planet's sideways magnetic field would mess with your brain like a cosmic mind scrambler. Uranus rotates on its side, and scientists still don't know why. But if you're there long enough, you'd be ripped apart by winds faster than any hurricane on Earth. The pressure would crush your body into a frozen lump, and the methane would ignite from lightning storms, turning your remains into a smoldering blue fireball before vanishing into the planet's depths. The ice storms would carve into your frozen body, stripping it away molecule by molecule. Even in death, Uranus offers no relief. It turns your demise into a frozen chemical torture. Neptune. You step onto Neptune, and the wind starts howling at 2,000 kilometers per hour, faster than the speed of sound. Razor-sharp ice particles tear your flesh apart like tiny glass knives. The atmosphere is thick with methane, freezing your lungs with every breath if you could even breathe. The pressure would crush your bones. The freezing temperatures would shatter your organs. You wouldn't even have time to freeze, you'd be shredded into frozen chunks before your brain could process what's happening. Neptune doesn't just kill you, it erases you. Any remains would be swept into the planet's crushing depths, where they'd dissolve into the endless frozen abyss. Neptune's violent, icy storms would strip your body down to nothing, scattering your atoms across the dark, freezing void. You would be erased from existence, another nameless victim, lost to the depths of space. Earth. You step onto Earth and instantly feel a strange sensation. The air is thick with life. Birds chirp, people talk, cars honk, and somewhere a dog barks. It feels oddly comforting, yet you know something's off. Why? Because, my friend, you're about to die. But on Earth, it's not the cold, distant void of space that'll do you in. Nope. On Earth, it's the things you've taken for granted. You might choke on that popcorn at the movie theater, an unsung hero in the battle between man and snack. You're just trying to enjoy that one movie everyone keeps talking about when suddenly, bam, your airway's blocked. But instead of a dramatic final gasp, it's more of a, oh, come on moment. Maybe you'll slip on a banana peel. Yeah, it's the kind of cliche everyone jokes about, but let's be real, it's probably gonna happen. You'll be walking down the street, minding your own business, when you step on that banana peel, go sliding, and then bam, hit your head. No one will believe it was actually a banana peel. In your final moments, the only question will be, did I really just die like this? Or maybe you'll die in the most embarrassing way possible by tripping on your shoelaces. Sure, it's a classic, but one that's still very effective. You might be sprinting across the parking lot, late for your favorite fast food order when it happens. Tug, tumble, crack. Now you're dead, and your last thoughts are, I knew I should have tied those shoes. In the end, Earth is not the grand, heroic stage for your death. It's filled with small, ironic moments, the kind where you get swallowed up by the mundane absurdity of life, all while people casually scroll through their phones, probably ignoring the fact that you're dying right there. At least on Earth, no matter how you die, it'll never be as painful as figuring out a Wi-Fi password that's written in 16-point Comic Sans.
I don't think you can click on the next video before 3 seconds runs out. 3, 2, 1.